I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All Complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CT Review. Today is July 17, Thursday, 2025. Hope you had a good day today. So, gotta watch these long videos too. I'm telling you where the fire is. I want to just see it come back down and then buy back up and straight up. Sure enough, in that leg up, we got some structure up and buying up for the new high. Keeping it simple. Yo, let me tell you, man, this is just the fire that we do around here, player. And take a look at this. We already came back to that same. If you watch yesterday's video carefully, I literally told you that I want to dump and pump tomorrow. I told you exactly what I was going to do. Look how I did it. So you see, we get right back to that daily gap from yesterday, the opening gap. We knock it right there perfectly. We tag it again, and then we push up. We get into a -2 area, 2 standard deviation up. We have now got to that area. Remember, I had that little green, that little red circle at that line. And sure enough, why was I doing that? I'm not sure if I even mentioned it why, but besides it being 50% of the opening range gap of yesterday, not yesterday, well, when I made the video yesterday, this would have been the day before. So we also have that liquidity that's sold off right there, that little circle. See that right there? Boom. So I know we're coming there, but we didn't get that day, which would have been yesterday. We didn't get that. See that? So these decisions, you see how we bounce around, and you're going to see the fire of the first imbalance of Wednesday. Super keys, first of the month, first of the week, which obviously is Monday, and then obviously Wednesday, they're referencing that as well. And you look, it's laying on the opening day gap for today. You're going to see how I take it right to it, and with this circle right here, going right to it, and then buying from there. But watch this. So we have this imbalance right here. So we have a 15-minute imbalance, and it's a breakout area. Okay, take a look. When we get up here, take a look. This is as snipering as I can get. And how did I do that? This isn't some fraudulent shit. We swept that high right there, which is in London right there. We swept that. You see that? So we coming up 8:30. We got some bullshit news. This buys already. I'm not doing nothing pre 8:30, even though this was set up for a buy. And then look at this weak ass movement. We get right back into that imbalance on the bullish side, and let it go take liquidity. Either it's going to hunt down here and then go up, or it's going to go up and then come back down. Preferably, you'd like to see it go back up, right? So that's what it does. You be patient. Now it's coming up. With this strong boner candle, this is the 9 o'clock or 9:01. Yeah, it was 9:01. That's when I'm looking at an hourly candle. I'm trying to sell that candle down and take what? The very obvious liquidity that are sitting right here. Plus, this was a divergence on S&P, but they didn't take out these lows. But because the reason why they didn't take out the lows, because they already had ran their lows. These haven't been ran. Okay, beautiful. And we're smacking that 8:30 level. We're coming down to why? Because everybody is 1000% early trying to buy this. This is a sell model. Yo, when the 901 candle breaks through, this 901 candle actually breaks through that top first. So then 902, boom, it's pushing up. I'm snipering it, overbought. Already rated. Know that this is the draw on liquidity. You have to know where the price is going as far as where it's getting drawn. And beautiful. I gotta, just to show you, I got the circle right there. Why? Okay, I measured this little break right here. This is the last little energetic spot for it breaks. Yes, it breaks right there. I'm also using this inversion. You see this boner candle? This boner candle is the one that actually rated it. Very high probability of the inversion working in there. Look how we come underneath it and tap the 50% right there. You see that? So boom, it's underneath, and this is a sell program. Look at the candles, the language of the candles, all bearish candles sneakily coming down and closing on each one. We get to that level, that green level is going to be that high right there of last month. So now I got the all-time high, I have the last month right there with that high, and then I have the new high that we want to target. Take a look, bro. So we come down here and we're underneath it. You're not thinking this is going to buy, okay, because this is too myopic. Why? Because of this right here. Now, we got the gift and NASDAQ and S&P didn't, but I understand that it's going to keep coming down, and because the opening range gap, I know the settlement from yesterday is fucking right here. So this level, I already know this level. This is the 930 open of the opening range. This is the low of it. Okay, so if I'm, while the time is involved here, I know that we're going to have an opening range gap like this. I don't know exactly where 930 is coming yet until it's fucking 930. But thankfully, it was already down here. It wasn't close. Okay, cool. What am I going to do? I have to allow 930 to sweep below it and seal it. I mean, I can't get any more clear than what I'm doing. Now what I'm doing, I'm squeezing out the trade. I'm going to take it out because I need to look for the buy. I don't want to get wicked and miss the entry or whatever, so, just in case. So I'm getting ready, pre-ready, and boom, that's what it does. Look at this fucking candle right there, of very similar to yesterday's. I got the projection here, 3.5 to 4. All roads lead to this area, but take a look, even more clear. I don't drag it out because I know it's there. I just didn't want to have too much in the chart. But this is it, all I needed. And you'll see exactly where we come from. We get to an oversold. 1, 2, 3 drives, and that's it. I'm not looking for it to come into this low Asia liquidity. I'm not looking for that, even though that's a possibility. The reason why is because this right here is an exchange of hands. This whole pattern right here is an exchange of hands. You've seen this a million times. So it's speakered out, it comes above, breaks, and then retraces back. And they're gonna let these people survive. Why? Because they're not that big of assholes, number one. Number two, kudos to the person who bought right here and held it. All right, so when they're coming back here, they're trying to get out the breakout level on the upper side is where you expect it to be more bullish. But this is a speaker happening right now as we're speaking. That's a high, that's a low. So we've already took the high and I sniped it up here, okay? And then it came back down and took out these guys. That's a speaker. Now what am I going to do? I want to buy back up. How do we do that? Just like that. Can't make this up, Blair. And I still didn't drag it out, by the way. But you'll see how it hits it to a tick. But what was key is that it hit, once you see me getting out right here, you get the next candle right here, and it almost tags the opening day gap. Oh, what a coincidence, right? That level's already there. But more importantly, also this 15-minute imbalance. When I want to buy, I'm looking for a raid and into a imbalance. On the 15-minute, generally speaking. So the 50% is literally the same level as this low. I mean, you can't get no more perfect than that. All right, so it sweeps. I'm immediately attacking it. I also have seconds, but it doesn't matter. I know exactly what we're doing. We get the first imbalance right here. Okay, so it's playing around. I'm like, oh, okay, hold on. We need to keep going. And then it obviously closes above the first imbalance here. Yes, it does it here, but it retraces back. And this is just a rejection wick. The buy's in the wick, but I'm already advanced. I'm already in it, only because I know. I got from tip to tip, dude. I can't get it better than that. And I'm mentioning it that I'm looking for the dump and a pump tomorrow, which is today. So, man, just fire, bro. And then guess what? Oh, you see the price already sealed, and then we're off, we're gone. My minimum goal, for no matter what this does, I'm looking for low-hanging fruit in general. Yes, I understand I have the all-time high, and I also have this level. You're going to see this right here. See this right here? So I'm trying to squeeze up and attack this area. What is that level? You could see over here from yesterday, those equal lower highs that never got hit. Remember that? So that was also a main target, which is those guys right there. See those guys right there to the bottom left? You see that? Those guys right there. See that? That's what that red circle is. So we push up. When I get here, I'm doing this, only projecting this one down candle right here. Okay. This has a lower body, so I could have projected this. But at the same speaking, I just used this because I know it shifted and came back. So I'll leave it at that. I could have measured the whole thing, which is I just can't show you both projections in fucking each screenshot. It's just too much on the chart. But point is that when I'm getting up here, what's the reason minimum goal for here? Well, besides this equal lower highs here, see the structure up here. When you're coming down and you're sinking right here, and you break that area right here, there's an imbalance right there. The 2 and the 2.5 is literally coupled with it. So I'm showing you this first circle. Now, once it gets there, notice the higher lows right here. See this price action right here? See that right there, I'm already starting to trail, all right? And then each lower high, I'm allowing it and I'm swinging it. I'm trailing the stop as you see it. As I'm squeezing out, look where we get to. So obviously, if it's going to keep rolling, you need to trail it. Obviously, this is also a target. I'm not circling it, but to get in this last candle with this, where it was easy to sell here, 3.5 to 4, I start squeezing it up. It's overbought. My day is already done. You want to know why my day is already done? It's called being content. The word content, you need to put it on your forehead, put it wherever you want. But that right there is what you're seeing here. I've already got my dump and pop. I've got 2 moves. I know there's going to be some more moves, but I don't need to trade anymore. I don't care what time it is. Oh, you need to stay longer. No, listen. Oh, you're going to reach this all-time high. I don't fucking care. With this sell, if I added this sell that I took to this trade right here, to this buy, I had already reached up here, right? So I came to do specifically, and that's how you get consistency. Content equates into consistency, right? So this is exactly what I'm doing. And then, man, I mean, I can't make it better than that. But guess what? Then we come up. As you see, I got it measured with this swing right here. 1 on 1.5 is here, but you can see that red level. We pop up here and we miss it shortly on purpose. They were just trying to squeeze most of them out, but it is exactly the same level as this 75%. By the way, when I took this sell, it was also the top 25% of this Tuesday's opening range gap right there. See that? See that right there? Look to the right. It's perfect over here. That's exactly where my entry is on that candle. Whoop. But we come up and then we retrace back, and then when you get into a flow, it turns into a birdie day. This is a natural birdie day because you're looking to take out the all-time high. You're looking to go up there. I didn't believe it was this easy. I was actually done for the day, but when I saw the pullback and I was like, oh my God, it can't be that easy. Why would it come back to this area? Notice how we that last week high right there. Notice how when we come above it, someone can make a decision right there to buy. So they come back to squeeze it, but not be perfect because they don't want to hit it. And then, if I'm buying right here and I let it come all the way back, that's not something you're doing, right? And then I saw this wide open. I was like, might be a high resistance day, but maybe they'll just run up and get it. It made sense to run up and get it, but this breakout area, you bust above and use it as support right there, right? Then it comes back. This low does not take out this down candle's low. Boom, that's a very big signature. 3 Indians, even more, they start pushing up. Just beautiful. It was so easy. I couldn't believe it. And I told myself, dude, why didn't you take that buy and take it to the top? But I was like, you know what? No, you're done, bro. I don't want to be involved anymore because I've already took care of my 2 trades. So down 1, up 2, down 3, up 4. So obviously from this high, from this low, 50% of the range, they're coming back in. It's just basic price action. And then came right to the target, right to the last, and then that candle, big dumb candle, perfect, right to 2.5, 2 to 2.5 right there. Notice how we retrace back in this 1 on 1.5 right here. It's just super fire. There's nothing else to say. I can make this video short, and that's why I make videos long, because I explain everything. But also, which is fire, dude. I mean, hey, I don't know who's doing this, but I'm gonna do that for you right there. The rest I didn't draw because I wasn't trading, didn't care, wasn't involved. Didn't even draw the last imbalance, the PM imbalance. You have that right there, okay? And then you also have this this inversion right here. So you'll see X marks the fucking spot. They're both on the same damn spot, 50%. Literally, they're both the same. So balance price range, you're tapping in, boom, that's an entry. So entry here. entry any one of these low candles or opens, and there's another entry. This is pretty much a breakup, pushing up. This is also sitting inside that right there. Yeah, okay, you shouldn't even have to draw this. And it's just sitting all inside there. Very, very clear. And it just keeps going. Obviously, I'm not interested in the range from up here. The day is over. The day was over for me at 9:54 or whatever here. Yeah. So just I love these days. Again, you expect to buy, sell, buy. So if you don't count the move right here, you're gonna say move one, move two, move three, right? So buy, sell, buy. Very, very just simple logic, right? And sure enough, I couldn't believe how easy this was, but stayed away from it, and I was happy. I decided to chill. So oh, and then you can see here that I've got. I know you think I'm crazy with that top sell. Like, no way, dude, that's impossible. I know, I know. I can't get any more zoomed in than this. Look at this. This is that Wednesday, yesterday's first imbalance. Where are we at? Here, right there. See that? Over there. I got it dragged all the way out. Look how we tag it. Boom. Look how we tag that. Right, that's not by accident. But look at this. Look at 50% of that for 15-minute imbalance. Perfect. And we didn't even tag a hair above the daily opening gap. They did that on purpose. But the logic is that what do you think they're doing? Because anybody who pushed through this area, they're coming back. And they dangled this on purpose to mess them up here, but still make them buy, and then they sweep them. Just so predictable. Dollar, who cares? And then you can see here that's the divergence I was talking about. This is why I'm pushing the trigger, and I'm just selling it to here. That's my objective number one, but I'm also bullish number two. So we get the divergence here. You see higher lows, real clear, right? And it's beautiful. Now that would have sucked if I was S&P or Dow and trying to buy this higher low, but that's why we say it's either going to buy from this higher low. It's going to either buy from this higher low, or it's going to buy from underneath it. Here's a raid, and technically you want to see a raid. I'd rather see a raid before I take a buy, right? But that's what that is. And just pushed up. Nothing else to say there. And then Dow pushed back up higher. So we're getting this little channel here. I'm expecting to keep going up, but the divergence on Dow, let's see if it's going to be a factor. But if it's bearish, then it'll just come back down again with Asia and London and come in deeper. If it's bullish, then I expect it to actually just kind of keep going up. That's that. Nothing else there. And then what was I doing here? Why is that showing? How did they make the low a day like that? Anyways, yeah, man. Dirty, down, push up, hits the opening gap, plays around the 25%, seals it, double bottom, divergence, pushing up, retrace back. This looks very similar to yesterday's. Well, that was yesterday. I'm tripping. Sorry. Yeah, daily gap, small opening range, pops up, deep. So you're obviously buying in this area, yeah, big breakout area, and they just bought. They're higher. They're a lot stronger. So at the time, and very simple, goes up. Let's move forward. S&P new high again, and that was expected. You see that shit right there? Speaker, very clear on the speaker side for them, and then they just continued up. Look at just a classic bull day right there. This is what you love to see. We obviously wish every day was like this, but we told you yesterday. So that's pretty ugly. God damn, that shit ugly. The candles, that's just very wicky and miniature bodies. Jesus, that's why we trading off. Here they came down. Look, they didn't even seal it. But you have to recognize oversold. You had a divergence. You're watching that, and it's still you're bullish. You're still buying. It's a higher high and a higher low. So if to be honest with you, it is simpler. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. We can't make it any more easier than that. Break out the area right there. Boom, comes right back there. So that's and this is what you really want to see. To be honest, I don't want to have to see the manipulation and trade under there, but it's very common because Nasdaq is a lot faster and et cetera, et cetera. And hopefully I made a video short, 20 minutes. Damn, even when I want to make a short video, it's still 20 minutes. But I don't know what else is there to say. Obviously, on this 1 hour, there's a big imbalance right there, right? And look how we came down when I told you on the example, and it came right back down to that daily gap. And my drawing is literally showing a retrace right there and then pushing up. So, hey, just fire. And then Nvidia, they gapped up again. They covered that gap, bounced up. Last down candle right there to open. Perfect. It's a 1 hour, or it's a 4 hour. I'm sorry. And then just kept it up a little higher. So that's what I was saying. We were going to start slithering up. We were going to see when I've been making those examples of doing that shit, right? Like, kind of wanted to see it go up like that, right? And that's what we've done so far. So where do we go from here? Well, to be honest with you, man, I mean, we have completed a new high. It's just step back a little bit because tomorrow could be weird. We have a bullish week. We expect Friday to be the high. Is this the high of the week? And it starts selling down and then stuck in Friday. And from this high to this low, where is 20 to 40% of that range to sell back into that candle to create the wick of the wick of the week. So, but in this high resistance example, this was a lot quicker. Would we just want to see this and be done for the Friday? Yeah, tomorrow's Friday, yeah. And then and just close up, right? Or is it going to, come deeper? And depending on what we do, that's assuming that we never make a new high, by the way. So this is the options, really. I mean, there's nothing else I can really mention because if you look on the daily right there, the daily, by the way, today came, we already mentioned to the open, you see on the wick, they didn't come any lower, right? Because I did give an example of coming deeper into and then, hitting this area here, you know what I'm saying? Somewhere here. But they didn't need to. It was just, that was the idea of just keep structuring going up. They want to target that. They're in a hurry in a way. So if we make new highs, right? If we make new highs from here and we can't fucking play around and do another speaker up here, that's why up here, this was a nice speaker right here. This shit right here that we were in today. Pretty sick. But if it wants to keep going higher, then we're going to look for a sell-off. You know what I'm saying? Most likely, depending, unless they want to, so these are the general options, right? Unless they want to use Friday as another bullish day to expand, and then you're looking for another classic day, and it's a strong push up. So that's really it, dude. I don't need to draw anything else, but where was the 130? Again, I was away, dude. I love it when I'm done with the day before 10 o'clock. It's the shit. I get to just chill. Let's see, 130. Where's 130? Speakering out here. You see that, right? See the speaker right there? See that? Where are you? All right, so here's 130. And here's your imbalance right here. Let's see, the high of this is 263.5. The low of this is 264. 264 and that's not even 4 ticks, so we're going to go with the next one. All right, which is going to be this guy right here. All right. Whoops. And then let's just make sure the open here. The close here is 270. And the open is 270, so that's correct. Yeah. All right. So just kind of fucking around, but watch how it probably just sold off from right there. Pink. See that? See that imbalance? Time's involved. Took liquidity down here. All right, this video has got to be done. Anything else I needed to say? Oh, by the way, when we hit the liquidity of those guys right there, those two equal highs right there, look how we came above it, and then we bought again from right there. See that? This is bouncing right over there, but it's not that serious. But it's also the third standard deviation up. See that? Look at that. Let's look to the right. So that's another reason why I had that as a target. But hey, now, you know, my emotions get involved and say, man, you could have bought that all the way up there. Oh, you know, you're not the best on earth to show that trade. And I don't give a fuck, bro. That consistency and taking everything out the way, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know, we know what trades we're looking for, and we know to take profit. You know what I'm saying? And just be done. You know, so nothing else to really say here. So I think you guys should take care and God bless.